So today is July the 9th, 2010, and today would have been Nan's 100th birthday, but unfortunately she can't be with us to celebrate it. She left us on the 14th of December 2009. But we're all going to be here tomorrow in this garden, and we're going to be thinking about her, raising a glass or two, and we'll be remembering our Nan. So we'll see you tomorrow at the garden party.
Hello, my darling. Sit down. My mum was a practical joker, and one of the things that she did that I'll never forget was when we moved to London and we had what we thought was going to be our first English Christmas with a Christmas tree. We'd never had anything like that up in Glasgow. And there at the bottom of the tree were two big, beautifully wrapped gifts. One was for me and one was for Jenny. And we were so excited about it, couldn't think what it could be. Anyway, on Christmas morning, I opened mine, which was a big tin, empty biscuit tin, and Jenny opened hers, and it was a big loaf, and my mother thought that was the funniest thing. She had a disappointment in our faces, and it took a long time to forgive her for that, but on the whole, she was a very, very courageous woman to move us, the family, down in England to start a new life and never look back. That's what I remember about my mum. She was a practical joker, but she was very courageous for what she done.
She was so kind and loving, generous to us all, loved her family. We used to have lots of chats and laughs together. Just a pity she couldn't last 6 months longer.
She was a lovely lady who wouldn't stand any nonsense. She wouldn't, there was no, if she said something, that was it. But I suppose, really, when Sue was born, she was, worried and frightened. Really worried about it, but she was so happy when it was all over. Oh yeah, she liked to be in command.
She was always there for you, and I used to go and see her nearly every Saturday, and right from when I had the boys we used to go there Saturday and she'd cook their tea, and right through from when she was in her last place where she lived, and you could just go and pour out all your troubles to her and she would just be there and give you advice, and yeah, she was lovely.
What a nice person she was. I remember when we were kids and Nan used to come in and look after us while Mum was out of work, and I remember we used to have pancakes on Pancake Tuesday, and it usually meant that we would have pancakes for the rest of the week, because Nan's Scottish pancakes were a good couple of centimetres thick. They weren't like these crepes that you get these days. And the other thing I remember about Nan is that you'd be eating your food and she'd whip the plate away almost before you'd finished. Those sort of things. But you always knew that when you came home from school, that your food would be ready when you got there.
Coming home from school in the evening and seeing her stand there with her hat on, doing the washing up, with our dinner on the table. And that's the whole thing about that, because we've got that picture of her. I don't know where it was taken, but it's only like a portraits picture, and she's got that sort of like Queen Mother's hat on. And you just imagine her sort of like, every time I see it, I imagine her sort of standing at the sink in Jordan Court, doing the washing up. We just come home from school, she's got dinner on the table, you know.
She was always there for the early part of my life, right up until the age of about 14. Particularly remember a time about 30 years ago, and when Nan was celebrating her 70th birthday, and went down there with my new camera. We laid on this sort of "This Is Your Life" evening for Nan, and I took my new camera down there and took a photo of the grand old lady wearing her hat. And a little while after, a couple of months later, she was knocked over. She was run over by a car and broke her leg. And I can remember being really upset at the time, because I thought, you know, she's 70 years old. There's no way she's going to survive this. She's ancient. After the initial shock of it all, she was up with her Zimmer frame, having a laugh, and just generally getting back on with life, which is what Nan always seemed to do. Didn't matter what you did to her, knock her down, she got back up again. She was an amazingly strong woman.
It was my first day at school. When we were young boys, me and my brothers, we had Nan come and look after us for several years, and as Mum had decided she wanted to go back to work, Nan literally became our nanny. Me being the youngest, she was more a nanny to me than most. And the thing that stands out in my memory is my first day at school, and Nan walking me down to Hotham Road School and taking me in. Of course, I'd had all my 3 elder brothers telling me how much I was going to hate it, and therefore I wasn't very much looking forward to starting school. So my first memory of school is Nanny taking me to school and me going into the classroom in tears, in bits, but Nan waiting outside the classroom door, which had glass panels, and watching over me through the glass panel door.
Every time I saw Nan, I'd always get a big hug, 2, maybe 3 kisses, and then the rest of the day followed. But for me, Nan was all about kissing. There was one time that she had left her false teeth in her bedroom. We wandered into the bedroom and were shocked, at which point afterwards she would kind of take the false teeth out, have them in her hand, and go clattering around with the false teeth in her hand. It's like trying to bite us on the neck.
Yeah, I remember Nan when she lived in Fossil Park. We used to go and see her, and she was always very nice and kind, but she used to turn around and she'd drop her bottom teeth and it scared me. You know, the little kids, she always used to frighten me. And it was always a funny time, because she was just a loving person, you know, and she really enjoyed scaring the kids. And the other thing is, she, ever since my daughter was born, she sent her a birthday card every birthday. That's why Fiona had to see her when I brought Fiona over in 2002. The main reason she came was to see Auntie Nan. And that was the main reason she came. That was just to see her, because had a birthday card every year.